as I cut my finger a little bit on camera. That's funny. Alright, so I've had a few requests about my first aid kit and what I carry with me. I was kind of hesitant to do this video because I'm not claiming to be an expert on this, and I definitely recommend that you guys do all your own research and make a kit for your own usage. But I will go ahead and share what I do have. And I am certified in CPR and First Aid by American Red Cross, but my training doesn't go beyond that, so just keep that in mind. Probably the most important thing in my area that I carry is a snakebite kit. There are a lot of venomous snakes. You know, there's rattlesnakes, Mojave greens, things like that. So I definitely recommend that you have some method of removing venom if you have venomous snakes. But this is one of the cheaper models that you can get. It comes with several different suction cups, as well as a razor blade to cut open the wound and some other things. But I've never had to use this, but in the event that I did get bit by a venomous snake, it would be really good to have it. So I definitely recommend you pick one of these up if you're hiking around or doing anything up in the mountains where you're away from medical attention, and learn how to use it. Read the instructions in the manual. Now, much of my kit consists of things to cover scrapes, cuts, and wounds like that, possibly sprains or strains, because I think that's probably going to be the bulk of the injuries you're going to encounter up here. But when I was getting my training, my first aid training, something that stuck out with me from the instructor was that, you know, really, if you have tons of gauze, trauma pads, things like that, you can pretty much get away with covering most wounds. I mean, if you have a scrape, you have some kind of cut, if you have gauze to cover it and you can apply pressure to it, most of the time that's all you're going to need. You know, if you have a way to tape it or wrap cordage around it to stop the blood flow, you're going to be good to go. So I've got various sizes of just gauze and dressing and things like that. Also keep several sizes of bandages, Bandaids. You know, it's good to have for those minor cuts and scrapes. Another good thing to have is some sterile gloves. I have some exam gloves. The reason why that's good when you're hiking up here in the mountains is you may not be able to have clean hands all the time, and if you're fixing a wound or you come across someone that has an injury and you're going to be working on them, it's good to be able to have a pair of gloves to be sterile. Definitely want to keep some kind of tape. I got a few different types, like I said, to wrap the gauze and the dressing if you need to. Also, you could use cordage. And I've got just some compression wraps. Basically, if you did have a sprain or a strain, it's good to be able to wrap that. Let's say I strained my ankle, it'd be good to wrap this around it just to take some of the pain off of it so it doesn't move around as much. But the rest of my kit pretty much consists of some disinfectant wipes. I've got some soap towelettes and excuse me, also some alcohol prep pads and things like that, and some insect sting relief. It's really good to have that in case I was to get stung or bitten. Just to have that soothing cream. It's nice for just to take away the pain a little bit. Another thing you could do is you can throw in some painkillers, Tylenol, Advil, things like that. In the event that you are hurt and you're in some severe pain, those will definitely help a lot. I do keep some Tums just in case I get a stomach ache or my stomach's a little upset up here. It's always good to have those, at least in my case. And I got a pair of tweezers in here. This is a cheaper pair, but definitely useful to have either tweezers or pliers or something like that to pull out splinters or other things that you might need to use it for. So I definitely recommend you pick up a pair of tweezers and put that in your kit. I also have a pair in my Swiss Army knife in the event that I would need to use them, and if I carry a multi-tool depending on the trip, I've also got my pliers. But probably the other main thing I carry is I've got this instruction booklet. Now this is good because in general every day, if you're not using first aid or CPR in your job, you're going to forget a lot of stuff, so it's good to have a basic booklet to tell you what to do in certain situations. So that's why I've got this one. It covers bites and stings and basic life support and things like that. Those crucial things that you might forget in the event of emergency. It's always nice to have a manual to reference just in case, to be safe, especially when you're up here away from civilization. You know, if you're a couple miles out and you're hurt, it might be a while before you can get back to your car, your vehicle, or to help from someone else. So anyways, that's pretty much my first aid kit. Definitely just a general reference to some things you might want to put in your kit. But like I said, I'm not an expert. All I know is basic first aid and CPR. That's what I'm trained for. But if anybody has any suggestions, go ahead and feel free to comment on it. Some ways for me to improve my kit. I'm totally open to that because I'm always trying to evolve my system, my first aid kit. So thanks for watching and hope that was helpful.